I'm so excited to deliver this word today because this is a confirmation to the word that my husband just did. If you missed his word, I will link it in the description box below. But the Lord wanted me to come on and remind someone today. He said, stand strong in the happening, even when nothing around you seems like it's changed. What God is doing is not always visible to the natural eye, but it is already moving in the spirit. This is the moment where your faith must become your posture, not your feeling. The happening is not what you see, it's in what God has already said. One of the greatest struggles I see amongst God's people is their failure to acknowledge what God has said. You hear the word, and for a moment faith rises, but it doesn't carry you into endurance. It becomes excitement without foundation. But God is calling you to truly take hold of His word, not as a passing encouragement, but as a divine decree over your life. You must hear the word, acknowledge the word, believe it, and then speak it. Faith isn't complete until it grows a voice. What you confess sets the atmosphere around you. What you speak aligns you with heaven. So even if nothing looks different, you must stand, keep believing, and keep declaring, because your faith is what puts you into the happening, and it is pulling the unseen into the seen. I'm going to share a quick story with you. This happened a long time ago, but I really think it will be a blessing to someone. Many of you know that my husband and I had to stay with my family. The situation was very difficult. We were being treated badly. We were talked about, laughed at. Basically, we were in a situation where we had a devil on every side. We dealt with this situation for almost 2 years. One day the Lord spoke to me and He said, everything has changed. And at the time that He said that to me, nothing looked different in the natural. Everything looked the same. And then He gave me Isaiah 54, which says, stretch forth the curtains of thine habitation, which means to look beyond where you are. Even though everything still looked the same, I decided to take God at His word, and I began to speak and see it. Every time the enemy tried to speak on our situation, I would say, no, everything has changed. And I would see us where God said we were going. I would use my imagination to see what God had said. I didn't spend time fighting with the enemy. I rebuked him, and I immediately turned my attention to God, and I began to speak the word and thank the Lord for where we were going. I would say, thank you, Father, that everything has changed. Thank you that we are blessed. Thank you that you have a new home for us. Thank you that you are bringing rest. Whatever God spoke to me, I spoke back to Him, and I thanked Him for it. We did not allow the enemy to show us anything. We didn't allow him to speak lies into our life. Satan had no place in us. It was what God said, and nothing else mattered. We knew that we were in the happening, and we didn't allow anything to move us. And a few months later, we ended up moving. Everything that God said had come to pass. So the Lord is telling you today to stand in the happening. Make it your number one priority. Acknowledge what God said, speak it, and do not allow anything to move you. Because remember, the happening is not in what you see, but it is in what God has already spoken. Stand and don't allow anything to move you. Until next time.